to a new episode of Nonstop Nick Hill. I'm here at Le Lac Rouge, or the Pink Lake, the Red Lake, however you want to call it. It's known by both of those names. And I quite honestly don't know what I'm doing here at all. It's one of the main tourist attractions here in Dakar. It's supposed to be a lake which is color tinted pink, and it's pink because the microorganisms that live within the water have evolved to use this pink color to adapt to the high amount of salt content in the water. It's pretty much like the second saltiest body of water after the Dead Sea, and just like the Dead Sea, it's salty enough that you can get in the water and you'll still be floating. However, my dilemma is that I took public transportation here, so I'm here with no plan. I took a shared taxi from downtown Dakar to the suburb of Kermassar, and then from there I took a public bus, which took forever, but was pretty much an adventure in and of itself. I feel like that public bus ride is probably going to be the best thing I did today, just in its authenticity, if anything. And it kind of dropped me off here. I don't know, I was just looking at Google Maps, and whenever I saw that we were getting close to the lake, I just got down there. But it's pretty much like a walk to wherever people are, because where I am right now, there are a couple people sitting down by the lake, and then there's people zooming by on cars and those 4x4 vehicles. But I'm just trying to see where they're going. When I look on Google Maps, I see that the red part of the beach seems to be all the way on the other side of the lake. So I might just keep walking around, and if I find a good spot, just get something to drink, chill a little bit, and then try to contact some of my friends here and then see how I can get back. Yes, I'm on a pirogue. A pirogue is one of these small wooden boats. So I just asked for a quick, maybe 15-20 minute tour around the lake. Be right in. And if you look all around the lake, they're extracting the salt from the salty waters of the lake. And they were telling me that you have to be at least 1.5 meters in deep into the water to be able to extract salt. Votre nom? Votre nom? Boubougay. Boubougay. C'est enchanté.
Enchanté, oui, enchanté.
C'est mon guide ici. Boubougay, le capitaine du pirogue.
Oui, c'est le capitaine du pirogue.
Comme ça. And just as it says here, it's a Senegal flag and no stress. So everyone's a big fan of reggae here. No stress.
Donc le sel qu'il ramasse là-bas, ça tout vient du lac?
Tout ça, ça vient du lac.
Du lac. Et il la rapporte au marché?
Il exporte le sel dans les pays limitrophes.
Okay.
Comme au Burkina, au Mali, au Bénin.
Au pays du voisin, Sénégal.
Mais il y a aussi des gens qui disent qu'il y a aussi du sel qui est exporté en Europe, dans les pays du Nord. Mais pour mettre sur les routes, c'est fondre la neige. Et ici au lac, c'est public. Tout le monde peut venir ici ramasser.
Donc les Sénégalais viennent ici au
ramasser.
Week-end.
Le matin, les gens viennent ici travailler le sel le soir, tout le monde rentre à la maison. Et les gens qui ramassent aussi le sel, il y en a des Maliens.
Des Maliens?
Des Maliens, des Guinéens qui viennent ici ramasser le sel.
Anyway, since I'm here, I might as well tell you exactly how I got here. And I tried looking, there are no resources out on the internet in English about this. I did find some stuff in French though, but at least to make everything more accessible to the English speakers out there. What you can do, if you want to rely on public transport, which for the adventurous, sure, I recommend it. You can at least do it one way and then take a normal taxi back. You can take a shared taxi from Place de l'Indépendance, which is what I did, to the suburb of Kermassar, and that will spend 1,200 francs. I ended up buying both places just so the car could get moving, so I spent 2,400 francs. And then what you can do from there is grab any bus that says it's going to Lac Rouge on it. So I just automatically saw one, fortunately, that had Lac Rouge on it. I just got on that bus, and fortunately I ended up where I wanted to go. And that I only paid like 100 francs for, so maybe like 10-15 cents. So that's probably the cheapest way you can do it. it's probably not the most recommended way. I don't think I'll do that on the way back home, but hey, if you want the adventure and you have the time, why not?
C'est que nous avons 3 qualités de sel ici. La fleur de sel. La fleur de sel, c'est quand on a cette mouche blanche que vous voyez à la surface du lac. Quand on a un vent chaud et sec, la mouche là devient du sel fin qu'on appelle la fleur de sel. C'est le meilleur sel. Nous avons aussi du sel moyen qui est utilisé pour la cuisine. Salade, foie gras, pâte grillade, barbecue. Nous avons aussi du gros sel, les cristaux. Les cristaux, c'est pour faire des bains de pieds. Si on est fatigué le soir, si on prend de l'eau tiède, on fait chauffer un peu de l'eau, on met du sel, on met les pieds, donc ça fait descendre la fatigue. Nous avons aussi de l'argile, argile noire. C'est puisé au fond du lac. C'est pour le gommage, c'est pour la peau. C'est anti-tache, pour les psoriasis, eczéma. C'est comme les bains de boue à la mer Morte en Israël. On met sur la peau, au bout de 15-20 minutes, on rince.
On peut le faire ici
Oui, l'argile, on a l'argile là-bas. On peut le faire ici ou bien une fois à la maison, si vous rentrez, vous le faites.
So what I'm gathering is that the experience here is very similar to the Dead Sea experience, which I had in Jordan, except there are literally no tourists around. You have the whole lake to yourself. So you have the option of learning about the different salts here, and then there's also the clay, which is from the bottom of the lake, which you can use all over your body for skincare, as well as it just generally keeps you healthy. It's the same claims that they make about the mud from the Dead Sea. They're making the same claims about it here. So I might try that out if I can while I'm here, or if not, they said that you can even buy the clay and then use it when you're back at home. Yeah, so we're seeing the 3 qualities of salt, which we talked about on the boat. So you have like the fine salt that you cook with, the medium. C'était pour quoi?
Salade, foie gras,
Salade,
pâte
foie gras,
grillade.
et c'est pour la cuisine.
Pour la cuisine.
Et c'est pour le
Pour
corps.
le massage. Pour
Oui.
le corps.
So there's 2 kinds of salt that are edible. Fine salt for cooking, and then you have like a more rockier salt for salads and colder food. And then finally, it's like the Epsom salt that we use for steak baths with, if you want to like relieve sore muscles and all of that. And then this is the clay mask
Gommage.
that I was telling you about from the bottom of the lake, which you can leave that on your skin for 15-20 minutes and wash it off, and it's supposed to cure all sorts of skin issues. So I don't know if it's just my aesthetic or my demeanor, but everyone keeps asking me if I'm a journalist here in Senegal, which, hey, I don't take offense to that. I'm quite flattered, actually.
Bonjour madame.
Bonjour.
Comment allez-vous?
Ça
Salam
va?
alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Bonjour. Nous, on va travailler de la rose. Nous sommes des vendeurs. Nous laissons nos enfants à la maison pour venir ici pour travailler, pour aider nos enfants à la maison. Maintenant, ces moments-là, il n'y a pas beaucoup de tourisme. À cause de ça, on va aller jusqu'à là-bas pour voir le tourisme, mais on va trouver rien de tout. On va attendre le tourisme vient pour gagner quelque chose, pour amener le village, pour acheter des riz, à le bébé, tout ça, avec des fermetures d'école, parce que nos enfants ils travaillent à l'école. Nous n'avons pas de moyens. Les maris ils travaillent de sel. Maintenant, il n'y a pas de travail de sel parce qu'il y a beaucoup de l'eau. Ce moment-là, il n'y a personne qui travaille. À cause de ça, nous, on va fabriquer les colliers, bracelets pour travailler, pour aider nos maris, aider nos enfants qui travaillent à l'école, acheter des fermetures, tout ça, vraiment. On va lancer le message pour quelqu'un qui nous aide. Mon nom c'est Fatou. Lui c'est le maman de Jainaba. Elle travaille lui. Il habite à Niaga. Moi j'habite à Bambilor. Avant, les choses là, quand les hommes qui ramassent des sel, nous on va descendre le sel. Mais maintenant, il n'y a plus de sel. Parce que c'est avec la saison de pluie, il va remplir la lac à cause de ça, nous ne pas travailler. Regardez là, avant tout ça c'est des tas de sel. Maintenant il n'y a pas de sel. Tout ça c'est ça. Dans le Boumarielo, tout ça avant, mais maintenant il n'y a pas de sel. Ouais, vraiment.
So Bubu Guy and their whole family that runs a little tourist establishment along the lake here. Let me change in this little shack. So I've got my swimming shorts on. It's actually quite refreshing to wear shorts outside for the first time ever on this trip. And I'm gonna go check out the water. Hopefully I'll float, because they say the water isn't that deep, but still should be able to get in there. So I borrowed a little bottle of the mask. I'm gonna apply the clay mask all over and then just get into the water really close to the shore here and see how the water is. Mask all over my upper body. I have sensitive skin on my face, so I didn't want to try anything like that on my face, but this can't be bad, and it's just so relaxing to have it on you in the sunshine, and the sun just dries it all up immediately. So I'm just waiting maybe like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna head back into the water, try to see if we can get a little deeper and see how this like salt floating thing works. Hopefully it works out. But yeah, in general, I mean, the mask doesn't really smell that good, so maybe that's actually telling how authentic it is. Probably really is just from the water here. I tried to go about as far as those constructions are, and yeah, you can still pretty much stand in the water. It isn't that deep, so I couldn't really test out whether you could actually float because of the salt. I did float, but that's probably just because the water is pretty calm and I would float anyway. So yeah, I can't really comment about that, but it's still a nice experience. I don't know if it's like a must-do thing if you're here in Dakar, but it's a great reprieve from the city life, which I love the city life, but hey, why not spend a couple hours